I got a really good story for you. You're gonna like this. If you're like my friends and family, to always seem to love watching me suffer. But I was so pissed the other day. But this is gonna be a story about, especially for men, emotions, anger, frustration, overwhelmed, what those emotions mean, what the signal is, what we're gonna do about it, and kind of talking about being a gentleman in the 21st century and how you respond to emotions for your own sake, not just the world around you. So I've been a doctor 10 years and I have to do recertification and continuing medical education every year. I'm not gonna lie, they're a pain in the ass. Like I recently had to take 3 of these 60 question tests, 3 of them online, and they are hard. They're not like this little A to E obvious thing. It's like so many of them are these damn things where they're like, pick every answer that's correct. So it's instead of knowing like 1 or 2 things about the question, you have to know like 5 true or falses. So of course I waited to the last minute, left myself not a lot of time to do these. So I'm pressured and stressed, just trying to cram a 60 question thing into the time. And it was just miserable. It took me hours to do this stuff. And had such a bad attitude about the whole thing. And I was just like, And that was just one of them. I had to do 2 more of them under a deadline. And so I made an adjustment. I made a tweak because I was aware that this was so miserable. I'm like, I'm not going to do this again. So what did I do? Instead of trying to shove all 60 of them at once, I said, I'm going to do 10. And I'm going to see how I feel. And if I need to take a break, I'll take a break. And I'm going to pace myself over the next day or 2, do 10 here and there, get more of them right than I did on the other one, because you had to go back and you got to fix it. It's such a pain. And so what I found is when I just broke it down and I said, instead of doing 60, I'm going to do 10. I actually did 20 or 30. I got more of them right. I ended up doing the whole thing in less time. And don't tell those administrators this, but I actually enjoyed it. I almost did another one. It totally changed my experience of the thing. What happened? Like, what went on? This is what I think the core emotion was that I was feeling that destroyed me in that moment. I think it was feeling overwhelmed. Feeling like I was pressuring myself to do more than I was capable of getting done and getting correct. 60 questions in an hour or 30 minutes or whatever I had allotted myself. And so the natural emotion was to feel overwhelmed and for part of me to be signaling through my body with, some stress, hey, we can't do this. We're not going to get this, buddy. You're not going to make it. That feeling, along with kind of being amped up on adrenaline, and it's distressful. That's not a comfortable feeling, right? That overwhelmed thing, like, it's easy to be like, oh, what's wrong with me? I'm not smart enough. I'm not what, like, there's a very negative, distress. There's a spider on the wall over there. There's a very negative, distressful quality to it. I don't like it. So what did I do? If the signal is, hey, it's too much, then the response, not the reaction, caveman, the response of the evolved gentleman today who knows what his emotions mean is to go from overwhelmed, hey, there's too much here, to what can I manage right now? What's realistic? And break that into a bite-sized piece. Chunk it down. Does that make sense? There are so many examples in my life, in your life, where this is crucial. Not only decoding your emotions because they mean something, whether you're angry because somebody has violated your rules or your understanding of your relationship, overwhelmed, it's too much. Like, what do your feelings mean? Because often they're very helpful signals to you that really you need to steer your ship another way. You need to change something up. You need to take a break from the moment, let the adrenaline get on out. But also to take this one with overwhelmed, which is such a common emotion, because we all want stuff, especially if you want a grand life and you want big possibilities and a beautiful family or an empire or even a girlfriend. Sometimes these things take steps. Medical school's 4 years. Can you imagine like trying to do all of that in one or less? Like, no, but you can do it one test at a time, one lecture at a time, right? Break it down into realistic bite-sized steps. Kind of part of goal setting, but I think it's so crucial. And like the key piece of this for the person today, but especially for the man today, is when I was in the middle of that anger and frustration and overwhelmed feeling, what did I do? Did I stop and listen to my emotions and then adjust? No. I just banged my head on the wall like a caveman, and I plowed through it using good old-fashioned will and hard work, right? How well did that serve me? Well, not very well. I got the job done, but I was pretty miserable. What should I have done? Have been like, whoa, I'm feeling something here that's probably more than just a survival feeling. This is probably something that if I listen to and I adjust course accordingly, it's going to make my life a little bit better. So on brand. God, that's good. There you go. There's an article with this. Check it out on drlarry.com. Subscribe to this if you like these. I put one of these out every week. The Dr. Larry Live Weekly. And thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.